Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. I'm pleased to present to you today AB 2486. This bill addresses a lack of consumer options when searching for licensed contractors for construction projects. I want to say a little bit about what the inspiration of the bill was for me. We hold, as perhaps some of you do as well, scam stoppers in our district, partnering with the State Contractors Licensing Board to help constituents, particularly our older constituents in our districts, get more educated on how they can avoid scams from unlicensed contractors who are reaching out to them to try to do work in their homes and in their neighborhoods. And what we learned at many of these, which are attended by hundreds of constituents, is how there are some unnecessary barriers to quickly finding out if someone is a licensed contractor in their geographical area unless you have the specific name of the contractor or the specific license number. This bill addresses that issue by making sure that the State Contractors Licensing Board search function will have a geographic opportunity, so someone can look for who are all the licensed contractors within a geographic area. That allows constituents to find the information, make sure they're not potentially being scammed by someone who's not abiding by our licensing rules, by making sure they're going just to licensed contractors without having to have the specific licensing number. Existing law requires that licensed contractor be used for any project that costs more than $500. And of course, as we know, consumers in our area may suffer financial losses, costly lawsuits, damage to their home, and shoddy workmanship with little recourse if they do not use a licensed contractor. Currently, the Contractor State Licensing Board website just enables you to search by name or license number, but not by zip code or any other geographic locator. So I'm pleased to be working with the Licensing Board to make sure we can do this in this bill and create a better opportunity not only to tackle the underground economy with one small bite, but to protect consumers in our district from those who are not licensed contractors and removing a state barrier to their finding out quickly. With that, I'd like to, we have some additional witnesses here. Laura Zuniga with the Contractor State License Board and John O'Malley with the Associated Builders and Contractors.
Thank you. Please proceed. Testimony and support.
Mr. Chairman, members, John O'Malley with California Advocates on behalf of our client, Associated Builders and Contractors of California. This bill authorizes Contractors State Licensing Board to update its website to allow consumers to search for a licensed contractor by zip code and geographic location. The bill simply authorizes the CSLB to add an enhancement to its current search function that would permit consumers to search for a licensed contractor by zip code. More and more consumers are asking for better and updated methods to do business locally, and we feel that this would enhance that. On behalf of ABC, we respectfully urge your aye vote.
Thank you. Additional testimony and support.
Laura Zuniga with the Contractor State License Board and support.
Thank you. Additional testimony and support. Please proceed.
Good morning. Amanda Gualderrama with the California Pool and Spa Association in support.
Thank you.
Move the bill. Second.
Okay. Additional testimony and support. Hearing and seeing none, let me move to testimony in opposition. The bill's been moved by Mr. Dodd, seconded by Mr. Bro. Hearing and seeing no testimony in opposition, let me turn to members on the dais for questions. Hearing and seeing none, the bill's been moved and seconded. Thank you, Ms. Baker. Would you like to close?
Thank you. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Okay. Let me just clarify. You accepted the amendments in the analysis?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so members, this is file item number 8, AB 2486. This is due pass as amended to appropriations. It's been moved and seconded. Madam Secretary, call the roll.
Salas.
Aye.
Salas, aye. Bro.
Aye.
Bro, aye. Baker. Aye. Baker, aye. Bloom. Campos. Aye. Campos, aye. Chavez. Daly. Aye. Daly, aye. Dodd. Aye. Dodd, aye. Eggman. Aye. Eggman, aye. Gatto. Gomez. Holden. Jones. Aye. Jones, aye. Mullen. Ting. Wood. 8-0.
Okay, that measure has 8 votes. It's on call.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and move to file item number 4 by Assemblymember Mainshine. This is AB 1950. Mr. Mainshine, when you're ready.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair and members.
I want to thank you and the committee staff for working with me on amendments that involved all the relevant stakeholders and also to address our concerns. I accept the amendments proposed by the committee on page 6 of the analysis. A telecoil or a T-coil is a small copper coil that is an option on most hearing aids and is designed to boost magnetic signals received from electronic devices. Hearing aids with an activated telecoil can convert these signals into a sound signal in which only the magnetic signal is amplified. They've proven to be very effective and have helped those with hearing loss access numerous public venues and technologies. Hearing loss obviously is a very difficult and often overwhelming experience to navigate. And one of the most basic yet helpful piece of technology found in hearing aids is the telecoil. However, according to the Hearing Loss Association, approximately 71% of all hearing aids dispensed in the U.S. have telecoils, yet many consumers are not told about that, and even fewer know how to use them. This bill will help educate consumers about the technologies and hearing aids they purchase. It will require the Speech Language Pathology, Audiology, and Hearing Aids Dispensers Board to develop, in consultation with stakeholders, a consumer hearing aid disclosure that will contain information regarding the use and management of telecoils. Here in support of AB 1950 is Tony Barriant from the Hearing Well Club.
Thank you. Please, testimony and support.
Thank you. I am a person with a hearing loss. I lost my hearing due to noise-induced hearing loss, rock and roll, too loud, concerts, when I was 20 years old. I didn't get hearing aids for about 20 years after I noticed the hearing loss. My first pair of hearing aids, I was totally not aware of telecoil technology. It wasn't until I joined the Hearing Loss Association of America that I was introduced to technology, and I use it every single day. As it was originally written, the AB 19 would provide telephone counseling before a hearing aid is purchased, and now it's suggested that they get information on telecoil and other uses at the consummation of sale. So this is too late. So the hearing aid buyer cannot choose telecoil after the fact. So I'm hopeful the committee will amend this bill. Hearing aids cost $5,000 to $6,000 for a pair. If you were purchasing hearing aids, wouldn't you want to know about the telecoil option before the sale? Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Additional testimony and support, please.
I'm Abby Mabrato, and I'm here in support.
Thank you. Additional testimony and support? Hearing and seeing none, let me ask for testimony in opposition.
Got it.
He'll let her go.
Is this
All right.
good? Is this
yeah,
on?
that's on. Please,
this
go
on?
ahead, proceed.
Excuse me, this room isn't looped, and I do have telecoils, but I still can't understand what half is being said. My name is Colette Noble. I'm a hearing loss resource specialist, and for the last 40 years, I have been purchasing hearing aids, and like Tony said, never told about them. The thing to remember about hearing loss is it's isolating. And when people have a hearing loss, they step away from life. And so then if they're not told at the time they purchase hearing aids that there are T-coils available and all these different things that you can use because you have them, it's a disaster for many people. And I've dealt with this a lot with clients. So
Thank you.
I absolutely support this bill. Education is paramount.
Thank you for your testimony and support. All right, let me ask one last time, additional testimony and support. Hearing and seeing none, let me ask for testimony in opposition.
Thank you. Mr.
Please.
Chairman and members, Barry Brokaw on behalf of the California Academy of Audiology. We have been opposed to the initial version of this bill, but we have been working with the author as he's refined it. And I assume that you've accepted the committee's suggested amendments today, Mr. Mainshine. This puts the bill on a better path because I have with me, by the way, Dr. Marcia Raggio, who is a clinician and a professor of audiology at San Francisco State University. She's also a member of the State Licensing Board, the Speech Language Pathology, Audiology, and Hearing Aid Dispensers Board. We also have Paul Sanchez, who is the Executive Officer of the Speech Language Pathology, Audiology, and Hearing Aid Dispensers Board. That's a hell of a title. But the point we're making is we're working with the author now that this doesn't result in an audiologist not performing in an unlawful fashion. I just wanted to make the point that audiologists are agnostic when it comes to hearing aid devices and device components. Their job, their professional job, is to assess, diagnose, evaluate hearing needs of their patients and to recommend the best type of device. In many instances, it'll be devices that have a T-coil. In other cases, it won't be. T-coils can sometimes provide feedback, like if you have your cell phone near a microphone, you'll get a buzz. If you're in areas with large electromagnetic fields, they'll have patients who are unhappy with their T-coils. It kind of depends on the lifestyle of the individual. So their job is to assess and recommend the best type of advice. We think the bill is moving in the right direction. And there could be some fine-tuning with some of the duties of the board, but that's going to be a board issue. So I'm here to say that while we have been opposing this bill, we've had a great relationship with the author and the staff, and we're going to work to continue making the bill on the fine-tuning points a little bit more reflective of reality. Dr. Raggio, anything to add?
No, I think you said it well, but I'm here to answer any questions about fitting hearing aids. I'm certainly sympathetic to what to the other woman said. It is isolating. Hearing loss is difficult in every element of your life. And certainly we do support T-coil use when it's appropriate, but there are many other and newer technologies that will probably make T-coils soon obsolete. So making it in statute to have to talk about them, has its drawbacks.
Correct. And I think Mr. Mainshine accepted the amendments that include, but not limited to, the T-coil technology so that we can allow for future technologies as well. So, please.
Mr. Chair and members, Vanessa Kahina with KP Public Affairs on behalf of the Hearing Healthcare Providers of California. Much like CAA, we had to oppose the original version of the bill as it required as a condition of licensure that we notify patients of one specific technology on their hearing aid. However, in working with the author's office and also amongst our board of directors at HHP, we feel a lot better about the direction of the bill. We also believe that education on specific devices tailored to each individual and with the professional inclination of each clinician is the best way to go. So we appreciate where this is going, and Mr. Mainshine has been very gracious in working with us, so thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you. Mr. Mainshine, it sounds like you may be removing all opposition soon.
Yes.
All right. Let me ask for additional testimony in opposition. Hearing and seeing none. Let me turn it to members on the dais for questions. Hearing and seeing none. Mr. Mainshine, would you like to close?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair and members. AB 1950 will take a large step in educating patients and consumers on the technologies available to them when purchasing hearing aids and how to effectively and efficiently operate them. And with that, I respectfully request an aye vote.
Okay, the bill's been moved by Ms. Baker. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Daly. Thank you for accepting the amendments. This is due pass as amended to appropriations. Madam Secretary, call the roll.
Salas.
Aye.
Salas, aye. Bro. Baker. Baker, aye. Bloom. Campos. Campos, aye. Chavez. Daly.
Aye.
Daly, aye. Dodd.
Aye.
Dodd, aye. Eggman. Eggman, aye. Gatto. Gomez. Holden. Jones. Jones, aye. Mullen. Ting. Wood.
Okay, that measure has 7 votes. It's on call.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Okay, let's move into, let's see who signed in first. Okay, Ms. Irwin, I believe you were the next one up on the list. This is Assembly Bill 1916. Members, this is file item number 3.